Right.
somebody bids on insurance, we can't. You can't split insurance.
Right.
Yep.
And then we're gonna get ready to retire anyway.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go live for the. I'll just leave it right here on air. There you go. We'll go live for the. To be clear,
Just kidding. Just so back to the Rob show.
the Rob Show. You guys can hang out. This is a public meeting, so you're allowed to be at this if you want to, or you can leave, whatever you want. No, you're fine. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you guys. So, annual meeting's out of the way. This meeting is to specifically elect the officers of the association. I am not the president of the association. I am just chairing this meeting because I'm the former president. So, does anybody have a problem with me chairing the meeting? Nobody has a problem, so we're good there. So I'll chair the meeting. We have a, look at it. Okay, you're not allowed to be here anymore. We have to elect a president, the vice president, the treasurer, and the secretary. And as usual, let's start with the treasurer. I nominate Sid to be the treasurer again this year.
Second.
All those in favor of Sid being the treasurer?
Aye.
Aye. Sid doesn't get a vote as usual. Sid is the treasurer again.
I know, right? Tell you what to do.
It is, right?
Does anybody else want to take on the duties of the president this year? Anybody interested in taking it from me and seizing the mantle?
I would nominate you.
And running the meeting.
I know you're trying to be president too.
All right, I'll accept the nomination. All those in favor?
Aye. Yes.
You like sending emails.
I like sending the emails. All those opposed?
I suspect if your wife was here, she might vote in the
Yeah,
opposition.
she might say something to me. She threatened to cut my. What she say? She quit.
All right. The non-coveted position, which is always a fight, and I still have to do all the minutes from last year. Does anybody want to take on the mantle of secretary of the association, which requires that you keep the minutes? Eric, you interested this
I'll
year?
do it just because it's annoying that I didn't get done at all last
Eric
year.
is nominated.
That's what attorneys do.
Yeah, that's good.
No, all you need to do is freaking write stuff down, but the person that was supposed to didn't show up for it. Write them down.
Eric, I didn't know you had it.
Throwing shade on live Facebook.
Shade on you. Yeah, and I thought you
Future
was
president in the making. All those in favor of Eric being the secretary?
Yes, Eric.
Aye. All those opposed? Eric is now the secretary this year. Congratulations. All right. And Virginia, I'll go ahead and nominate you again this year to be the VP. Are you interested in continuing the VP? You want to walk away from that? Anybody else? Ellie, are you interested in trying to take on the mantle of VP? You don't want to dive right in?
I'm good right now. Thank you.
Member at large and landscape
Let's get
czar.
started.
Landscape
A
czar, that's your title.
full-time job in and of itself.
Yes, it is.
Sounds good.
All those in favor of Virginia taking on the mantle of the vice president again this year? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, so Virginia does not get a vote.
Last year, you did the same thing last year.
I think we always do the exact same stuff. Sydney usually opposes himself.
She told me I didn't get a vote this year.
Yeah, you don't get a vote. Okay, and then member at large will be Elliot. Okay, so only other thing that's on the agenda for this meeting, committees. So obviously, we don't have a current social committee because we just don't. It just hasn't worked out ever. So here's what I want to propose to the board on the committees thing. We take the committees over ourselves and just run the committees ourselves. If we've got, we'll be the chairs basically of any committees we have, and then we can take on people below us handling things, stuff like that. So if you chair something, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to take that full-on responsibility. So for instance, Ellie would chair the landscaping committee as the landscaping czar, the only czar title we have for the association. By the way.
Can I get like a name badge? that
You can
says
have
that?
a-
That would be really sweet.
what's a sash,
As long as we don't have to spend
a
any money
crown,
on
and
the
a
budget.
scepter. Yeah, comes straight out of the zero budget.
Oh, he's your friend, Virginia, as far as
But if
Yeah,
you
apparently.
if you hang out at the pool long enough, all that stuff will appear eventually in some form or another in the Lost and Found. We have everything at the pool. You can just go up there and hang out at the pool and just make yourself an outfit of some sort.
Probably could.
It's crazy, this stuff that's up there. So, but yeah, I think that's what we ought to start doing because we're the ones that take on these roles anyways. It makes more sense for us to just chair these things ourselves and handle them. So,
Yeah, because obviously when we have committees, we ask people to do certain things at that time to report to certain people.
if it falls apart, it's had trouble in the past, and I don't think nobody we've ever had handle a committee has done a bad job. Everybody's done the best they can with what they've got, but I think there's always communication issues. There's always funding stuff that comes up, trying to get things figured out. There's budget issues, so I think the board would be wise to just take the committees and handle ourselves. So what we got to decide is, what committees do we need? Obviously, we have a pool and a landscaping, right?
Landscape and social
Architecture.
and architecture.
Who's been doing the architecture? Is it Aiden?
I've been
Aiden just
handling.
going around there.
No, I've been handling the Well, the architecture has two sides to it. There's the architecture from the side of
And-
signing off on
and
all the
inspection.
things, and then there's the inspection side of it. And the inspections have been, we tell AMG do an inspection and then we follow up. We've not been super aggressive, so the question is, are we going to try to make this the year? Last year was supposed to be the year we
Have
got
they
aggressive.
done an inspection?
I don't think we haven't asked
I don't think
do an
we had
inspection
them
in
do
a while.
one.
No, we've had them, we just haven't done anything.
I'll do
with
it.
the
I just gotta get that
inspections
pressure washer guy first.
yet. So you're interested in doing architectural stuff?
Sure.
All right, so Eric will take on architectural.
I won't be any good at social. I don't want to deal with all the kids.
So pool.
I can go battle those lawns and fences.
So are you just the ARC, or are you also going to be handling inspections? And do you want to call that two different committees, where you have
What do you want to do?
a separate
Okay.
ARC and then separate violation?
Was the
committee?
chair have to sign off on it?
I've been handling all the signing off on all the documents for anything
Do you
architectural.
want to not have to do that anymore, or do you
I'm-
like doing it? 'Cause
I'm
you
happy
like doing lots of stuff.
I'm happy passing that off to you.
How many do you get?
Huh?
What do you get? Like a couple of months?
We get 4 or 5 a month at the most. We don't get very
It's
many.
803-640-8885.
64088.
Oh, that's on.
Yeah, you just put that on YouTube. Even better.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Call with all your needs.
The type of number I'll go be my mom.
Yeah,
Is that real?
That'll be the 3 people that actually look at it.
yeah, that's the only thing you got going for
That'll be the
yourself.
3 people that actually look at this.
That's the only thing you got going for yourself.
Okay, you just text me that. You have my number.
I think
So-
I have your number.
Yes.
So yeah, so he'll take on
Maybe I don't, 'cause it's not
architectural
pulling up.
requests, so you can send those to him.
Okay, all right,
And all
I don't
four
have
of
your
the
number
ones I
in
get to.
okay.
I don't know what I do.
Landscaping, obviously, we got Ellie taking those on. And so there's social and pool.
What's yours? I'll put yours on Facebook too.
Oh, no, you don't.
What you wanna do? You wanna do social or pool?
Oh wait, so I'm doing inspections
He's gonna
too.
take
Yeah, I'll
on
do both. I'll do
architectural.
inspections too.
You said who?
I said social or pool. Which one do you want? Yeah. I'll take. That's why I've given you your choice. You want to take on social?
Yes, so that's like-
Okay, yeah.
No, that means Rob. I don't do
So whenever.
What?
Here's your finance.
Pool? You want social? Social. Okay.
Or your-
Sid can do the finance
Yeah,
committee.
we don't ask Sid to do
Make
anything
a
but
committee
the
called
numbers. 'cause
finance committee for him.
Sid gets stuck doing the numbers throughout the month unless he's really excited and goes, you know what, I just want a committee of some sort. We're just going to allow him to be the.
Really doubt that would ever happen, right?
No, he originally was the he wasn't on the board the first year, I think it was. Were you on the board the second year? Is that when you picked
The
up?
second year, yeah, I ran the first year and didn't get elected,
Right.
but I was on the finance committee
He was the
first year.
treasurer. Well, you were on the committee, then you became the
And
the
then
guy
I
in
was
charge
de
of the
facto
committee.
treasurer
Yep.
after about 6 months, and then
So he's always been on the board since we took over in 2013, but he didn't actually take the full titles until he came on like the
Yeah, this is 4 years.
right. Because I'm starting into my 6th year. So. What's that? I'd have to look. But we'll get that figured out. We'll get some dates together. So social will be Virginia, and I'll take on the pool committee, which I'm not gonna lie whatsoever. I plan to keep Frankie right there where she is, running everything with it. I'm gonna ask Tanya to get involved too, so that we've got. So I'm gonna kind of defer off some of my duties right away. So same thing to you
What
guys.
everybody should do if they can.
Bring on extra people, make a committee work the way it works.
You gotta do everything.
Yeah, no, yeah. She's not allowed to get any help.
I can get people to help me. Help me, please.
So,
Oh, don't worry.
pool, landscape, social, architectural, we got that taken care of.
Could you come stuff these next
I would do that. I would help out with that.
I can send you my notes.
I will send out.
Okay.
We're writing the exact same thing down.
Oh, I'm gonna get him
A lot of
for the
details
sign
into
thing.
it.
That's
Right
perfect.
away anyways.
Then we can actually post them. I don't even post in board minutes the whole last year.
What's that?
I can do that for you as well.
I can't hear you. Yeah, we're still live. Yeah, this part's still open and running.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the twist.
No,
I started it up.
No, I can't, I understand that.
That's what pitch like.
So that takes care of all the immediate business, so I'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Anybody have any other business before I adjourn?
When's our next meeting?
Yeah.
We gotta make a-
Next meeting,
Yeah,
it'll be
we
the
need one before-
second
Oh,
Monday of 2 months. So we're in July,
oh, September.
September, second Monday in September.
Okay, so I'll just have to email you my plans and ask for money to sit in
Just,
the email.
yeah, just let the board know what you're planning to do.
Labor
We'll
Day is
start
the
putting it
3rd. Okay, so the 10th.
Well, I guess that's the only thing we could do. Actually, you know what? Why don't we do that before we end it out? So for social, what are some events we should plan to do?
For the years out, I need a back to school event and Santa Claus, October,
Yeah, Oktoberfest.
chili cook-off. And then
I would
need
assume it's gonna be
Santa
fake, yeah.
for Christmas. Those are my three.
When's Diwali? That's the Indian holiday that's the colors and the light and the fireworks and all that kind of stuff. It's a huge deal. We have a very large presence of
Yeah.
Indian families in our neighborhood, and they do a lot of cool stuff. It seems, and I know it's like we don't have. I know it's on my calendar. I just saw it recently. I was like, Diwali's coming up. I think we ought to get with some of those neighbors who know all the traditions and everything for that. I think that'd be a cool event.
That'd be fun.
There you go.
'Cause they make some
November 7th. It's always awesome, and I know some of the families do.
delicious meals.
They do things and they invite people from the community.
They do.
I've been wanting to
They
do
have
something
it-
with that
they
for
have it-
years
they
and never
have
have.
it at their house in my cul up there on the side.
So that's November.
November 7th, Wednesday.
I think it's DUWIALI. DIWAL. Okay, cool. Close enough. I was close enough. For not knowing how to spell, I was close. So yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Let's talk with some of them and see if that's something that they'd be willing to help us out with doing
Make
something.
that our fall festival.
There you go. Might even be, yeah, you can do.
Back to school and a fall festival, Diwali combination and Christmas.
So you could have your. How do you do a chili cook-off with Diwali? So you have to talk to them and
That's
find
all the
out.
food.
Maybe if we shoot for like doing it on. Well, no, I don't know the whole thing behind the holiday, so I don't know.
So
Let's get some input
holidays
from
on the
them.
7th. We need to do the chili cook-off in October.
Can we do both? Can we work it in somehow? Depending on the budget, of course.
500, but
How much
We
money
took
does it
up.
cost
How
on
much
people
did we
to
spend
chili?
out of that budget so far?
haven't spent any.
Well, yeah, we spent $50
You
on.
get charged to that.
Because I still got my receipt.
We'll have to check. Well, I definitely, yeah, I put. They spent $50 on the ice cream,
I've got one out for 50.
and they had spent like $80 maybe on some things they ordered for the pool that I've got still sitting at the house that were collected up as part of because we didn't get that event done.
Yeah.
So, but we're probably under $200 has been spent out of it so
We've
far.
got 2,500 in the budget for the year.
So I have to take a look. So you're thinking back to school Oktoberfest with a chili cook-off.
Diwali and Christmas.
This year, I'm gonna go ahead on.
Cool. We'll probably do. In the past, what we did with the chili cook-off, we did like. Oh yeah, perfect. We did cornhole tournament stuff like that.
Cool. We're in a place, we have like donuts, coffee, tea, stuff like that, and then the kids.
Can you bring a beer truck
A beer truck?
for your chili tasting?
For the Oktoberfest too.
Yeah.
Can we allow a beer? As long as the HOA is not sponsoring the beer truck.
You just can't charge folks for the beer.
Yeah, we can't charge them
They
obviously.
can pay for everybody.
Can
It'd
they?
be nice
I know
to
we
have
brought
a
in
beer
food.
truck
We let food trucks come in the past.
on premises.
What do you think?
I don't think there's anything in the bylaws that says we can.
There's definitely nothing in the bylaws that says we can't. Legally, do you think there's any kind of a specific
I mean, the only,
liability for us personally because the food, we allow
I mean, if
food
someone
trucks?
gets hammered drunk and then wants to sue us because they fall down the hill behind the pool or something. But I don't.
Probably a possibility.
We could fence it off and have no alcohol beyond this point.
Well, they could bring their own though, so it's not like.
Yeah.
Can I? Okay, alright.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, might be something. I guess we could talk. I know.
Do
that
we
there
normally
are
get
trucks that do
insurance
that.
for our events or just throw events?
You should be covered already through your policy.
Okay, I didn't know
For
if it
any-
covered
there's
events.
like a general liability.
I would love to.
Okay.
I don't think we've ever asked for. I wonder. It couldn't be too much to just go to them and say, "Hey, we have an event going on. We'll have a special rider just for this event." I wonder if we could do
I mean,
that.
if we have general liability that covers anything on the property, then we should be fine.
Previous properties being served beer and wine, but no alcohol, no liquor.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
So no liquor, but we could do beer and
Let him
wine as
know.
long as we didn't charge more. Just trying to think of ways to spice
Yeah.
up your social.
No, that's good. We did a.
You get someone drunk, they'll volunteer, that's the way you do it.
That is it. Yeah. If we start talking about the fact there could be a beer truck out there for the October event, that would be. That'd probably bring people in.
So, yeah, so.
Sydney's like, I would like to be in charge of this event, the truck.
I'll take care of that.
I could get Jim down there.
All right, so there's room there. And then so we're doing a holiday event to.
We may not want to do Diwali specific. That looks like it's a specific Hindu holiday. Or so it could be people that are Indian that
it's a-
aren't. Because there's a lot of Indians in our neighborhood that are Christian too, that wouldn't even celebrate that one.
Holi is necessarily a religious holiday, though, is it?
It's a festival of lights in honor of some guy coming back from a 14-year exile.
Yeah, I think it's more of a, and that's why I think we should go to them and say, hey, listen, culturally, is that the kind of thing we could do something with?
Holiday or is it a secular holiday?
I thought it was more secular and more cultural based. I don't know. Need a little bit of input from somebody in the neighborhood. I know we have a large population of Indian families in our neighborhood that they do the celebration every year, and it seems cool.
Yep, I can.
So rather than just doing our same old land,
I'll just ask Jenner next time I see him outside.
like, hey, what do you think? He may say, "Oh, that's completely inappropriate. I can't believe you'd ever say that." And be like, "Wow, we're really sorry. We thought we'd do something different." Or maybe like, "That's pretty awesome. I never thought you guys would be so accepting of other cultures." Like, of
Like
course
people
we
still
are.
want that Easter bunny and they want the
Right.
Yeah.
The Easter Bunny hops through. I think we can do.
Santa with a fire truck
lights.
for some reason.
All right.
Yeah. Why does Santa get on a fire truck every year?
I vote for no fire truck for Santa this year.
All right, we'll go ahead and adjourn our official meeting then with nothing else.
Second week in September, but Elliot, you
Yes.
have any